Welcome back. Another episode, man. So this episode's gonna be called I See the Universe in Children's Eyes. Now, that's pretty sentimental to me. I remember as a young person when I was probably about 24, 25, I had this realization that the more I help out the youth, the more essentially I'm helping out myself in the future. And most people might be like, well, what are you talking about? Like, I need to help me out because I care about me. And see, there's a phrase from a great man that I heard, which is do not judge a man by the fortune that he left his children, but judge him by the support that others give to his children once he has departed. See, what I look at in life is I want to help out as many young people as possible to build themselves to the best possible version of themselves. So that way, when I'm departed from this planet and I go off into the next life, I know my children will always be taken care of. They'll always have a job. They'll always have a place to stay. They'll always have opportunities because I did such a good job of giving of myself to other people's children that those children, when they grow up, they're going to look to come find my children to make sure they're all right because they're going to say, that guy, he made sure that I was taken care of. And not taken care of financially. That's one aspect. But he gave me education. He gave me information. He gave me something to better myself where I would never have to worry about falling prey to poverty or anything of that nature. And that's why when I look in a child's eyes, it makes me well up. I'm even now I feel like I have tears. Like I don't have any tears anymore because I'm a reptile. Like I'm pretty cold. But if I did have tears, I would be bawling tears right now because this means so much to me. Because when I look at the youth, especially like a kid that's like 5, 6, 7, these young people, they have no identity. They don't know anything. Everything is just a clear slate. And they just want to know. They just want to learn things. They want to try things. And they don't have a perception of time. See, one of the big things with education when it comes to older people is that they chalk everything up to time. So you tell somebody who's older, who's like 30, hey, I can teach you how to make $1,000,000, but it's going to cost you 200 hours of your life. They're going, oh, 200 hours? I don't got 200 hours. Like I got kids, I got bitches, I got clubs, I got all types of shit. But when you tell a kid, hey, look, I'm going to change your life. I'm just going to teach you something. Start doing this now. They'll just go. They don't think about it. They don't even care. It might be 1 minute. It might be 3 hours. They don't have an understanding of what time is. They just look at everything like I'm free. I just do things. I'm just trying to figure out how to connect the dots of everything. And one of the things I know with older people is like we have projections. We have dots that show us a projection. So we measure everything based off that projection. And we lose that child's state of understanding and knowledge. But a young child, they don't see that. Like my favorite age to groups kids to work with has now become the ages of like 5 to 10. I used to like middle school and high school kids because they would take care of themselves. But then I realized a lot of those kids are already burnt out and it's too late for them. And not too late, like they can't understand how to do things, but they've already been programmed by society, by their parents, by media, by all types of things to think a certain way and to be constricted into this box of thinking. And so even if you try to give them an abstract way of going about life, they're going to fight you on it, just like adults would. And like the realistic idea is a lot of people are dead mentally by like 16, 15. They're done already, finished. They're just waiting to die. Like, you know how you always hear people, oh, they fell off? No, they fell off a long, long time ago. Maybe 15, 16, they fell off. And then they start feeling the effects by 25, 26, 27, get into the 30s. And then by 40, they're just a shell of a human being just trying to exist. They're just walking around breathing. But when you see a young 5, 6, 7-year-old, when you see these young people, their eyes, they're just so bright. They just want to be around good energy and doing things that they can see progress. It doesn't matter what it is. They can be building Legos. They've been coding. They can be making robots. They don't give a fuck. They just want to grow. They just want to do things and learn. And you realize, oh my God, that's where the fucking magic is at. Because if I can get this little 5-year-old to start picking up things and start playing, he's building connections in his mind. And as he's building these connections in his mind, he's growing into this new being. And like, that is such a fucking amazing thing. So fucking amazing. But nobody appreciates it. Teachers don't give a shit. Parents don't give a shit. The adults, these corporations, no one give a fuck. And that's what fucking irritates me, because they don't understand. There is an untapped resource in these young people, where if you can get them in a progressive state, learning things and growing and building and being productive, sky's the limit. Like, when I see a young person, I say, bring that motherfucker to me. Let me get to his ear. Let me start programming him to become something new. And man, it makes me happy. Like, it brings me so much joy in my own soul. And it kind of comes back to that great saying: don't try to repair broken men. Try to build great children. That's really the method. We waste so much resources on trying to fix broken older people. And it's not that it's a bad thing or a good thing, but it's like, why are we wasting these resources? All of our money, every single, like, if I was president, every single dollar is going to ages of fucking 4 to fucking 13. And I'm making sure these people come out fucking productive. Because I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna die off at some point. Like, I'm one of the decent ones that we got around this motherfucker. But even I got my flaws, because nobody sat down and taught me shit. I taught myself, essentially. Like, I just looked at a bunch of videos as a young lad. I would watch eyewitness videos, watch the History Channel, Discovery Channel, just sit there and binge that shit all fucking day. And nobody taught me how to be this fucking person. I just taught myself. But what is a fucking 5, 6, 7-year-old doing teaching himself how to do shit? Like, I thank God I have the tools around me, and I was lucky enough to kind of take that shit in and progress and learn. But if I would have had somebody like me guiding me through life, Jesus Christ, man, I would have been a trillionaire already. And that's what I'm about to do in my life. My whole life, I'm committed to growing and building young people who can help grow and build other young people. I want to create a fucking mob of teachers. I don't want to create a bunch of millionaires. Fuck that. I don't care about making a bunch of trillionaires. That's good and all. I want to make a bunch of new educators and communicators who can educate and communicate with other young people. And that's the message. So when I say I see the universe in young people's eyes, that's what I mean. I see growth and progress and infinite potential in these young people. And I hope you do the same, man. So go find a young person in your life. Go find that kid on the street that's just bullshitting around, kicking a ball against the wall. Go talk to him. He'll be happy to talk to you. They don't got shit to do. They're fucking 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. Go talk to the parents. Say, hey, look, I want to help your child. I want to mentor this kid. I want to see if I can help build this kid into something that's worthwhile. And I tell you, you're going to have way more success trying to mentor a 5, 7-year-old than a kid who's 17, 18 that's just happy to throw his life away. And that sounds fucked up, but I mean, in life, as a king, you got to make sacrifices. And I'm willing to make the sacrifices to make sure that this nation, community, whatever the fuck you want to call it, grows and prospers into something worth the fucking fuck. That's the fucking story.